Witnesses say that a former guard haunts this Jim Beam distillery. He was known to be a bit out of his mind, and liked to yell at the full moon during his shift. Reports say you can hear his screams on nights when there is a full moon. Kentucky State Penitentiary, Eddyville. Most of us never want to see the inside of the Kentucky State Penitentiary at 266 Water Street, but the structure itself is phenomenal. It is the oldest prison in the state, built in 1886, and the architecture is not only solid, but also a work of art. The intricately designed building was made to hold prisoners, but many a spirit has also made their home here. Due to its age, one can only imagine the horrific conditions, treatment and executions that took place within these walls. Modern inmates and guards alike tell tales of strange orbs, footsteps when no one is there, voices, disembodied screams and other hair-raising experiences. Just because a prisoner's body dies here, doesn't mean the soul rests. Old Louisville, Louisville. During the late 1800s and early 1900s, the Old Louisville neighborhood was the premier community in Kentucky. The area featured beautiful French, Revival and Georgian architectural designs, many with castle-like turrets and stained glass windows. Some residents loved it so much they chose to hang around after death. And death has visited this neighborhood often over the years, including a tuberculosis epidemic that wiped out much of the population and many unexplained tragedies, including fires, mysterious deaths and suicides. A high concentration of spirits are said to roam the area today, including women, men and children who perished during the tuberculosis epidemic. In particular, many people report seeing an old woman who turns into a black cat, a man with a cloak and hat who lingers near 6th and Hill, and a dark-haired woman in a Victorian dress. Old Louisville has appeared on the Travel Channel and several paranormal television shows, and is regarded as one of the country's most haunted neighborhoods. Mammoth Caves, Mammoth Caves National Park, Kentucky. The Mammoth Caves are believed to be more than 4,000 years old. It is thought that Native Americans mined the cave walls for minerals and then buried their dead inside. It is now rumored to be haunted, with visitors hearing disembodied cries and having rocks thrown at them. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, in Louisville. Even those unfamiliar with Waverly Hill's twisted past can agree that the ominous structure looks creepy, even from a distance. The Gothic structure was built in the early 1900s as a tuberculosis hospital, and later a mental hospital and geriatric center. The death count here was so high that patients were delivered for burial and disposal through a tunnel system, deemed the death tunnel. This was done to prevent panic among the residents. And it wasn't just the ill who lost their lives at Waverly. A nurse is known to have hung herself in the bell tower, and her spirit is said to wander the halls of Waverly along with many patients. People who take footage or photos at Waverly often later find floating orbs and distortions in the images. The sanatorium has been featured in a barrage of television specials, including ABC and Fox's Scariest Places on Earth, Zone Reality's Creepy, Most Haunted, Paranormal Challenge, Ghost Hunters, and VH1's Celebrity Paranormal Project, and Ghost Adventures.